everybody, welcome back. I've stuffed Tats in the cupboard and I've taken over the game, so it's me all day today. But since we're in the spirit of Women's Month, we have brought down two young Lions ladies players who are here. So we're just getting to know them a bit better. Probably going to tell us a bit more about the game, where they come from, how they fell in love with the game, why did they do what they do, and just give everybody else a picture of cricket from a female's perspective. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Kgomotso, Rapoo, and Refilwe&Moncho. Guys, welcome. Nice to have you here. How have you been? How was the week?
Oh, we've been good, especially that on, when was it? Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we celebrated Women's Day.
Yeah, I saw on the socials.
So definitely, it's been quite a nice week, I can say.
Okay, that's good. And how are you guys doing? I know it's the off season. La gym or
of course. We've been training hard. Yeah, pre-season, bro. Yeah.
Oh, when are you like us? Oh, okay, cool. I'm also on a rest. I don't know when I'm gonna start trading. I hope coach doesn't watch this. Cool. It's great to have you guys down. So I think we're just gonna start with a little bit of an icebreaker, just to get things flowing. I have a couple of questions for you guys, so we'll go 1 and 2. So these are interesting questions. None of this has been shown to them, so it is, it's out there. So first things first, who's your craziest or most interesting relative, Kohai?
I would say my brother.
Tell us more.
Okay, I'd say my brother because people like saying I walk like him. Whatever that I do this exactly same thing that he does. He's always got jokes for days. So definitely I'm that person. So yeah.
That's good. So you guys are my twins, grandchild.
I would look.
No, who got you? Refilwe?
I can say there's a lot, but then most definitely I'll choose my uncle.
It's always an uncle. I'm now that uncle as well.
Because he's so understanding and stuff, so yeah, I don't know what to say, but then my uncle.
He's the one.
Yeah.
No, but my grand. I'm representing all the uncles. All the uncles are cool.
Her.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's wrong with your uncle, but I'm quite sure my nieces and nephews would give me a shout out.
Text you.
Kimoche. Right, and then what band or artist would you guys be embarrassed to admit that you listen to? Maybe Beethoven. Maybe I'm like Beethoven.
None. For me, none, because I love my music, hey? None.
There's no closet something that you
know. Nothing.
No, I rati Bruno Mars.
I don't listen to hip hop, so I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't dare try.
Fair enough. I'm sure there's something, guys. Somebody. Britney Spears.
With the history.
Babangata. But most R&B ketlaring. Tony Braxton, Nebo. Mariah Carey, because even though, okay, I'm not in a relationship, but then single, I'll listen to love songs.
They speak to you.
Yeah.
I hear you. In the hood, we call it cleaning music. So when my sister started playing that kind of music, you must not get out the house because she's trying to clean now. So when you hear Karen White, I'd rather be alone than be unhappy, you must know. 80 haze, kimatata. Right, next question. You guys have a bucket list?
No.
No bucket list?
No.
Okay, what's the craziest thing that you like to do, since it's not on your bucket list? Something you'd be like, okay, I want to do this. I want to bungee jump. I want to skydive.
Craziest thing?
Mm-hmm. There must be one where you're just, sitting minding your own business, all right? If I had the money, I would do this.
Yeah. No. Oh, damn.
Don't be afraid. We're family. We're all family here. We're the Game On family
The
here.
craziest.
The craziest. Last number.
It doesn't have to do with adventure. The craziest.
The craziest. Whatever is termed crazy for you.
For me, the craziest thing, go out for a drink with my mates, of course, and then obviously dress up. And what I mean by dress up is we can wear like clowns or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not dress up suit and tie, but dress up costume, dress up.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
But
Nothing.
nothing.
I feel like there's something in there, but it just doesn't want to come out. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll leave it there. Another one. So what is a weird fact that you happen to know? Just a strange fact that, you know.
Weird fact.
I've got one. Did you know that the brain is the only organ that named itself? Blown everybody's mind. Think about it, guys. The brain is the only organ that named itself. The brain named everything else, but it first said, brain is the brain. And then it carried on with the
But
rest.
how do you know it named itself?
Well,
What if God named it?
but how would God communicate? Think about it. The brain is the only organ that named itself.
And what if the brain is not the brain? What if the brain is not the
Oh,
brain?
the brain says it's the brain. No one's argued it. Who's argued it so far? There's been no doctor or scientist to say no, it's not the brain, it's actually the peanut. No one said anything. So the brain is the first.
Weirdest fact.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, what if we all dreaming? All of this is not happening.
We sing ahead.
You what?
Like with you, like we sing ahead.
You know, I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and she keeps saying there are multiple universes.
Sure.
And she keeps saying that there's another universe where I'm living the soft life. And I'm like, that's okay, but right now you're in this universe. But there could be other universes with different variations of the same scene happening. So right now,
Yeah.
you guys might have not come to the podcast, but doing something else while we're doing this. So, okay. That's true. We could be.
Yeah.
We could be. Okay. Ooh, we're having trouble here. We're having a battery malfunction. So I'm going to rush through this. Right. I'm going to say... I'm going to throw this one out here. Do you guys have a childhood crush?
Childhood crush.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer a crush. So
No, childhood. So
Oh,
disclaimer,
childhood.
whoever's
So,
watching,
yeah.
it's not now. Yeah, what's up food? But now. Peli story sakho uyabanda, usashisa uyabanda. Peli story sakho.
Yeah. Zamuguhle. CBC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Richo.
Ah, did you?
Hi, Richo. Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so we're late. It's fine. Whatever you say is late now. Child, unless the childhood crush is now an adult crush. But hey.
Till this day. Yeah.
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 Tell us. I want to know as well. I'm curious. Who?
We're family. We are all family.
My cousin.
Okay.
Tebo.
Bro, I didn't know. Wow.
Tepo! In the famous words of Ondela, Sukjongi. Sukjongile, Rukujongile, Ndati.
How we born us?
Jongile.
It's so inappropriate, Mara. Yeah.
You said cousin, bro.
Yeah, uncle. Cousins are hard, shame, yo.
Such is the life. So the last question. Your guys' favorite dish? African dish.
Ooh, kupapeli.
African dish, so yeah, really. Stampa le mogodu. Yeah, no. I can't even fight you there. I can't. Fitness and conditioning coach give me like, this is why I saw sprinty. Right.
I hope the fitness and conditioning coach is from the same.
Well, Pap and Malana.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, Malana is a no-no.
No.
Nah, Malana is a no-no. Agogo is a no-no. I don't know
Wow.
why. Just the texture doesn't do it for me. But yeah, no, mogodu, listampa any day, or obviously nyamentloko.
Sorry.
And then trotters, guys, pork trotters, you know, with some chili and
Yeah.
little dombolo, and I'm done. That's probably why I'm not a professional anything. So thank you for participating, guys.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I think we've broken the ice. So now we'll just probably maybe just get into, not the nitty gritty, but we'll just touch on the surface. I just wanted to talk about yourselves, where you guys grew up, what your childhood was like, how did cricket come about, you know. I think let's start there. I think we'll go on into, you know, how did cricket find you at your doorstep? And how did you fall, and when did you fall in love with the game?
You wanna start?
Skip. Go first.
Oh, okay, I'll go first. That's fine. Well, cricket. So, I was in primary school, grade 3. Yeah, grade 3. I can't think I was standard in mara grade 3.
People
So
of
yeah.
now.
So yeah, grade 3, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I joined a development kokasi, and then it had drama, music, dancing, all of those things. So of course I went there because nagema jaivan wabo. So
Right,
kaya da.
right, okay.
Kaya, and then I got interested in like dancing and drama. So kadiyetsa dili 2. And then along the way, grade 4, I played soccer. Go kasi fela. And then after, people saw my talent. And then they were like, go skolo, mbajwetsa like, obona batho ba tshwarang sports. Babajwetsa, then they were like, I joined the team imoto. Then I was like, cool, I'll join the team. I joined the team. And then, of course, I was captain for that soccer team. So, yeah.
No list up player.
Ah, you know,
General, okay, general.
so of course, then I was like, you know what? I can't do this because there was school, there was drama and dance, and then there was like soccer. Then I was like, I had to choose one. Then I was like, you know what? Let me just let go of dancing and whatever and focus on sports and school. So of course, life went, and then yeah, I figured out, oh man, cricket ke yone, chelete jo. Ka bona ke ipatla di cheleteng, wabo. So I was like, kasi. I compared. I was like, kasi soccer, kasi cricket. Then I was like, nah man, this is an English sport. Let me join this. So I joined cricket. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Of course, cricketing, mini cricket. What is the KFC? Everything. Oh, no, man, life here, now.
Softy, polo ki metsi, di
Ke metsi le
orange.
nzo.
Linzo,
Ke
no. Kitsoko tega, no, that problem.
Why, so sharp. Okay, what's working? Let me stick to this. Then, of course, when time went, I could say, I don't remember, but what I remember is kitweletse cricket kaya polo. And mind you, I was the only girl go polo. And then of course, katala polo. Phela lo ngwanyana le one ba bona ga. Ke sta o dlala le bashimane wabo. I played with them. Then of course, ha coach ka atla. Go skela. O tla wa mpotsa hore ejo. Wetsalang? Why did you leave? Woman. Ke mjotsa ka mfethu. 1 2 3 is happening. Woman. a reng hai o khutlo tle training today ke ga sharp ke tseng ke tloela ba bolo ke na le match ka weekend ke tloela ba bolo ke a straight cricketing a ke re phela ntse ga mnate a ke a tsena le
Kalama KFC.
ke a tsena mfethu le nna sharp and then that year it was 2013 it was 2013 and then I made the under 13 team Namibia. I was selected. And then, of course, from there, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick with this sport because this is where my talent is. And for the fact that Coach Waka Ungluaneti, like, he fought for me, he saw my talent through, he saw the talent through me.
Shout
And I
out
was
to
like, you
Coach.
know what? Bro, I'm doing this. And then, obviously, I was like the pace bowler, bro. I was gone. I don't want to lie. But now I'm no longer a pace bowler.
They
so
call it Fig Jam. It's called Fig Jam. You know what Fig Jam stands for? Director, can I swear? No, I can't swear. So Fig Jam stands for flip. I am good. Just ask me.
Okay.
That's what Fig Jam stands
Okay.
for. So yeah, Fig Jam.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, I played as a pace bowler only, and then along the way, Kanna all rounder, which is a better pace bowler, and then I won the Player of the Year in that year, 2013. And then you know what, I was like, you know what, this is me, this is my life. I'll focus on this, and then yeah, this is where it got me because today I'm playing for the Lions women's team, and the season is about to start, and I'll be announced the new captain.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're breaking some news here. Shabile skipper. That's good. That's really great. Interesting story. Very interesting story. And then Kasi Utokokai.
Oh, I'm from Soweto. Ketswako Soweto, Korokvili.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not far from Elka Stadium where I used to train. So yeah,
Really? Yeah.
Kasewani. So yeah, I grew up in a household of like many children. You know what I mean? Many is like a 4-room job, and would sleep. It's either on the floor. It was like 13 of us. Like anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
It's a great story. I'm glad that you persevered, and I'm glad that your coach didn't give up when he saw what he saw. He didn't give up, and he decided, okay, cool, kitlo foster, kitlo pusher. Because sometimes learn how we born into it, you know, you're just in it for the fun. Then someone realizes your potential and just pushes you that extra mile.
Yeah.
So it's a great story. Long may it continue. I'm sure that means, you know, we want to see national colors soon.
Definitely.
Well, we'll be rooting since we are Lions and CGL people. We'll be rooting, absolutely rooting.
Sure.
Refilwe.
Hi.
Yes. So there's almost a bit mic. Petty mic, actually petty stock sweets. So there.
I don't know how to get in cricket shame, honestly. But I remember grade 1. So I teacher, I remember Vezi. So at level I introduced her like sports like cricket and so and I was like no tina kwekela monyane. Ke rata dilo. So sharp my friends ba joiner. Aba joiner jwale. I was like okay sharp. Re ke once na training ya bona ke ba bona gore betsa jwang. Then na betsa fielding then ball ya tla konna. So on the side no gona le di coach. Bo basta bo hlonpalisa ba gym coordinating. I was like okay sharp. Ball ke o yatla ha ke posa ke na le arm na go. Close to lang a re konna no what come go to bona something. Yeah ke na go ya sorry. I want something jolly sharp guide nothing bang introduce go bo basta gona ba some battling ne because ba bona go re practice
Danger to society.
Danger
Our positions are in danger. It's a natural human thing. Where out something got to turn to some soft thing. Can make you run.
Okay sharp ka ga joiner then ne dintse go go wanda ga se di game Refilwe. Refilwe then my mama fonela maponisa and so wa bana na go bana ba utsiwa fonela maponisa ba go principal ngwana ke o lahlile since at amelo sengo ya sekolo coach Tlang ba mo fonele ka bo 1 ya matha fitla ko ntlong my mom uncle go family ka fela teng kwale ba re Moncho ha o sa dlala cricket. I was like okay sharp. Next day mama ya go ya msebetsing ka re okay magogo because ne dwana magogo magogo ke a toilet jump le bota
Tangala. Practice. Yeah, man. Defiance here.
practicing. Then 2014 no 2014 no leadership 2014 2015 ke ga selected for under 13 C team C. I get selected for yona, then that's when I get qala go rata cricket. Mara from khale ke rata cricket, I won't lie. Rapoo. Ke enjoy ya go monate. The KFC ra di thola bo.
Yes, standard.
Then in 2018 that's when ke thola bazar go ya Queens. Quincy then it was like nearly yaka. Then got a call up go women's grade 8. Got a call up bang compare ship nam. The next ship nam. Till this day I was sure the next ship nam. Bang rasit. Moncho bereka hatata. Like till this day I bang rasit. It's not wrong rasit hone mara ban chika shi.
It's good. It's good, which means something
Yeah. Then sharp then mo ke bona gore mo ke tlotlola cricket that's when I lost my grandmother. 2021 I hlokafetse December thola concussion. I was doing my matric. Yeah. Nearly 2022. Get a matric I got to concussion. Mo ke fitlang gore na you know what re kwa se ke tlole cricket because never nka ke lahlela ke tlhaloganyo ka mo dilo go gae go hectic it's tough. Sharp on the side past. I sank give up really. Tampile tsa side Moncho.
By the way.
Aha, there you go.
So tlanchi ka buele nna gantle Moncho se ka tsantse sona then because I want a teenage life ke na mshimane ntse jalo peer pressure mess up ke misa the imaging squad no gore ne tshwentse go ke go imaging but because of the decisions tsaka that's when I get like tlhaloganyo all over. Then SN 19 last year didn't get a chance to play but then I enjoyed ke learned a lot. Then this year National Academy that's when ke re now you know what Moncho no ke nna go gore lebala about what happened SN 19 focus on yourself, focus on now when azama go ba prove point gore you know what you can do it even though about benches and stuff but they will regret it at the end of the day. Sharp that's when I pushed it in. Yeah. And by the way the next ship nam not ship nam but then the next Moncho. I guess it's CBB but
No. Now after this this is now going to be banked and saved go internet. You can come back to this, reshare it when you doubt yourself, read or listen and say okay cool more and I'm going there. And the fact that you keep making squads and keep being recognized for your talent is a positive. So now we just have to marry the hard work and the positivity and everything else that requires you to be the best version of yourself and the best best cricketing version of yourself. So long may the road continue, guys. I think you guys are still young, so there's so much time ahead. Ronaldo too busy now. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
She meant Shipman Gill, right?
Shibnam Ishmael.
Ismail.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So she's currently playing a trade in the 100, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's currently playing a trade in the 100. I think she took a hat trick the other day. I saw on the socials. But that's key. I think your stories are they're different, man. Because especially from a male perspective, for us to get into a squad, like it's quite a process because already giddy kolo, giddy top tier schools, you're fighting bouquets, JP, all these schools across the country. And if you come from the wrong school already, your work is cut out for you. If it's Akasi, then your work is cut out for you.
Yeah.
Even if you go to a Model C school, your work is even further cut out for you because now and so it's always quite a challenge. So keep working hard. I think that's the most important thing. Don't forget where you come from because your past will make you who you are going forward. May your grandmother rest in peace. But now it's even, I'm sure there are lessons that she's taught you, that you can take forward. which is always key. Always key. And then when I was a hawker, I also jump on my fence. When I jump on my fence, I'll be now quite to jump on my fence. Yeah.
It's a rock building, same the pastor.
Okay, one Rock Town. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. All right, that's a great story. Really good to hear. So now, I have some questions from a cricketing perspective. So now, in my spare time, I'm a club captain, Korenberg Cricket Club. So now I deal with women's cricket, women's senior cricket, men's senior cricket. So I've gotten to learn over time because they've also, the women's game sort of joined in as I was club captaining along my journey. So I've come to find, for example, I think we spoke about it in one of the previous episodes, that your sports calendar is different because all your sports are in one. Tennis, hockey, cricket, polo, and Rona as Bashimani, we've got, winter, it's rugby and this and that, and summer and third term. So how did you guys cope with all of that? Because I'm assuming even now that's still happening. There's, as I said, no polo. Then you have to make a decision between polo and cricket. Even though for now they are two separate seasons. I can play Tiskiko winter, then Highfella winter, summer, I can go cricketing. So how does that affect your process, your thought process? Just obviously now you did clouded. Then you've got 3 sports in one term. I want maybe just to tell the people who aren't playing, aren't so open to women's cricket, because I think this show is all about club cricket. We want to talk club cricket as well, so people understand the trials and tribulations of playing club cricket. So maybe you can tell everybody how difficult or what the process is around that. How do you guys cope?
One thing I would say about cricket is that generation in Yarona, it's like people don't know how women's cricket really exists. They don't know that. So it's like Hona re itse ball and we know there's female who play soccer. So obviously, like you said, dilo tsa rona as female, they happen at the same time. So of course people are gonna watch intervaling interested, which is what? Soccer. So us, like, we need to post in order to get supporters, in order for people to follow us or know about what we're doing. So that's how it is. It's not easy. Even now we try. Of course, it was support like a family and your friends as well.
And the people who are close to the game,
You get it. So people outside that, it's difficult. Like, we're still trying to win that, and especially now that women's cricket is going to be professionalized soon. It's a big thing for us, because at least now we've been noticed. So I guess we're getting somewhere.
And you guys are the trailblazers. You're actually now, showing the way. You guys are the first. Because, as I said, it's been amateur, and then now it's going to be professionalized, and you guys have walked that path. So I think in ways it's quite similar to cricket in general, especially maybe Kokasi, because Kokasi vele first things first, keep ball. League ground everywhere. Other than that, keep from Fisher, ke Elka. Any other fields? It's not fair like you need to. Lens Tech, Lens Stadium. That's about it, if you think about it. There are probably more cricketers in that space than there are in the north. But there are less facilities, so that's a problem. Unless you know the history behind Alka. Alka Batletseba as a venue for fun. But the cricket being played there is not. It's not something that's big. Even like Fisherville, like I've played there for many seasons. But how can I go grounding, go tournament or go what? So I don't know how we change that, but that's just an appeal for Watawago Kasi, that we actually need to figure out that there's other sports that we are good at and talented at, and we need to look around and see, okay, there's the next Shabs, there's the next Volfart. How do we then get involved? Because just like going back in the Kasi, if we're playing the time, end of the match, we need the same type of investment, ba ka utsa di-cover tsa rona ba qekeze di-neti
Yeah.
ba qekeze di-carpet but because ke ground re go FNB Stadium or re go Orlando, you know, we must respect the space. Key spaces are, you know, where we thrive and grow. So yeah, that's quite a thing. That's quite a thing. Refilwe, your side, challenges, just as a whole, just dealing with sport, trying to balance everything.
I think you have to be mentally strong. Because looking back, as females, we are through a lot. So mental strength is a lot, like as a main important thing to focus on. Knowing what you want and like go drive a lot through what you want. Not listening to what people who are Moncho na. Because back then, I was shaba community yaga. Moncho, like I was like a tomboy, like cricket you twaneli, yet I'm modeling in so Tabanyana. I was like, okay, sharp. Get ideas, but then I knew who ke batla eng. That's in mental health in J.
It's key because I think we were talking about it in one of the episodes that as a black person, telling my dad that I want to play for the Lions, my dad would be like, "Indoni Lions first and foremost." But like cricket, no, Raskulu. But there's like, no, you can play for the Lions when you're 20 something. I'm like, it's too late by then. I need to be noticed when I'm 13, 14, 15, 16. It's too late now. I can 25 degree is fine, sharp, but I have not fulfilled what I wanted to do. So that I think that's also just a challenge from a household perspective, and I think that's also a socio-economic thing. You know, Bashibile Wena as the next person to lead the family out of whatever situation they're in. So you're not itata. Mental strength is a big play. I think in many ways cricket has saved me from my darkest times, but Litengi, it can also put you in the space because if you are trying to be a professional player, you're not hitting your straps and you're not performing the way you should, it can go vice versa. It can really go vice versa. So now my other question, something that also is quite close to me is that I want, so women's Prem cricket to get 35 overs ka Sunday. Now I want women playing time cricket. I want you guys playing 50 over cricket. 30 for now. Okay, born at 35 over cricket and T20, it's a start. But I think we need to be playing longer formats. Like a Sunday, like a 9:15, each higher 5:30. So that by the time Refilwe Lions, you guys you're in this thing. You know exactly what it takes to you know. Because I don't know how that goes, because now you're playing a short format and all of a sudden you go higher and you play Lions cricket, then you get thrown into a longer format version of the game. How do you then cope with that? Because I want you guys playing that at club level, so that by the time it's a norm. There's there's 3 facets. Saturday, Sunday. But later I get the numbers aren't enough yet. But how do you guys feel about playing the longer format of the game? How do you guys feel? Because Nakarata Test cricket now, you know. How do you guys feel about playing Test cricket and going through those motions?
Okay, like club level, ne? We play T20 and then there's T10 tournaments and then 35 overs. Okay, club we don't play 50. But then provincial cricket, that's where we play T20 and 50 over. So on a Saturday we'll play 50 over and then Sunday we'll play T20. So I mean, it's quite exciting, especially knowing that you love the sport. So obviously you want to be on the ground like for the longest time.
For sure.
Even though it's so I guess like as women they'd say, are we not fit enough or something like that. But we would really like to play like Test cricket. They want to, you know, England and Australia they play Test cricket. So I don't know as South Africans like what's the problem, but I mean if it happens, would be very excited for it.
Yeah, like I know it's a money issue in terms of, you know, CSA don't have the funding to do that, but I think we need to somehow make it work. We need to find sponsors who are willing to make the ground level work, because I don't think it's fair for 50 over cricket at provincial level, because now it's a whole new concept. You know, you're bowling 10 overs instead of 4. You're coming back for second and third spells. You're batting 300 balls if you carry your bat. All those things, you need to be used to them. I think it's also when I used to coach, that was the thing, because Libana, the youngsters, they would know we must retire them after 50 balls. I'm like, it's nonsense. How is he going to know how to score 100 if every 50 balls Ramunta?
Yeah.
And if he's talented enough, then they must go the course.
Yeah.
So I think that's also my plea. Somewhere, somehow, in our next CGO workshops, we need to figure out a way to lengthen the game for women. I feel like that's the best way, because club cricket is it's the start.
Yeah.
It's the start of everything. Yes, school cricket, and it's popular, but club cricket is where you hone your skills. And then from there to the jump into a provincial setup is much easier, or a national setup is much easier, because you've played all the, you've played all the formats, so to say, but sharp, And your
I
side?
feel like it's still going.
It is. I agree. But now I'm nakijahile. Because I'm in a hurry, because I see the talent that's coming out of the country, but I don't feel like we are nurturing it or polishing it enough. Because then when things go wrong, we're like, no, but we weren't ready. No, you know what I'm saying? Rather, ribe forceful. I want us to win a World Cup. I want us to play Test cricket, and whatever the case may be, take on the English women, the Australian women, all day, any day. That's my plea, my involvement in club cricket and what I've seen over, the leaps and bounds. The game has grown in leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
But now we just need to then marry that with, we need to just push, especially those who have the talent, push them a little further, stretch them a little further. There's more to this. I also feel more, and there's more for you guys to achieve. That haki feta more, then I can go play Test cricket. So you know that, okay, there's still one more step. I so feel steps are we playing franchise 4-day cricket? Are we? That's where I'm looking. I know it's expensive, but I think sponsors need to pitch in. They need to see. You can't tell me you're sponsoring the Proteas. You need to sponsor at deeper level, because that's where you get your Proteas from. You know what I'm saying?
And I think this thing, it starts from a young space. What I mean by that is club level. If we start playing test matches at club level, then I feel like the youngsters coming after us, they'll get used to that format of playing test. So I think we need to start now with playing the longer formats, so that everybody can get used to that. Get used to the fact that women also plays test.
Absolutely.
So I think it starts from club cricket.
I agree, because even the version from a men's side, we had time cricket last season, but it wasn't what I know time cricket to be. It was, to me, just felt like an extra 10 overs. And I'm hoping they'll revisit the plan, from a men's side. But I also want to hear the captains and chairman's meeting, there's been some other changes, so that there's something more happening for the women, because that for me is where, I know as for my club per se, I know what the men are capable of and where we need to be. But because Mona, for example, I've also come to understand a women's team it's a whole lot of, it's a mixture of age and talent in the same squad. It's not like Bashiman Weba, so the talent is split there. I said we had a case where we had international players playing with girls who are literally taking up cricket. It's their second year playing this game. They're 13, 14, and I've got an international player, and they're learning leaps and bounds. So we can't treat you guys the same, but I still think that we need to then still harness, put you guys in a pressure cooker situation, so that the cream can rise to the top. So those are my big questions. I think those are my big questions. In terms of cricket, in terms of how women's cricket has grown and what we still need to do and where we need to go. Is there anything else from your side you guys think that, that you need, that you think that you want to tackle, things you want to see in the next 5 to 10 years while you're playing the sport?
My only cry is getting supporters. I think that's the biggest thing, because the moment we have like a lot of supporters, that's when they'll say, you know what, we need to try this for women, we need to do this for women. So I think it starts there. The more people watch the sport, the more we get sponsors, the more we get whatever that we need.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to make a concerted effort because, like, you guys play Saturdays and Sundays. The only thing that sucks is that you guys are playing while we're playing. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
If I want to watch my Prem team, I'm also on the field. But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as the game's over, I'm rushing back to the club to watch my Prem team.
Yeah.
But I think the people who have the time, because I know last season it was free. It was free to go to Wanderers and watch you guys play.
Mm-hmm.
We need to maybe find a way to drive that.
Yeah.
Maybe we drive some initiatives through our clubs. So members who aren't playing, family members, please go down and go watch. Because I think that's the only way it can grow. Because if stadiums are crazy,
Yeah.
that means that there's money to be made. It's worthwhile having cameras there. And, we can, even if it's, after Pitch Vision, Super Sport,
Yeah.
Jolo, we have another streaming site and we grow from there. So I agree with you. So guys, if you have time in the summer, please pop down to the stadium, pop down to the Wanderers and watch. Watch over 2 days if you have time. Lorna, when we have a buy, we must, club members, if you have a buy, maybe we should also pop down and come and watch. Refilwe?
I think it's the same le basta. Having more supporters. Yeah, like having more supporters. Go and answer batlang fela.
Advice to youngsters?
Yeah. People who were you guys? Who jump on my fence? Who jump on my fence in your time? What do you tell them? Do you jump high one or do you go dustbin over? But what we are, just share any form of advice, whatever you think would help a young female cricketer.
My advice to the young female cricketer will be: have something that you can fight for. So if you have something to fight for, then you know where you're heading. So as for me, I know I'm fighting for my mom, irrespective of what. I lost my father 3 years ago. I didn't even attend the funeral. It still hits me. But for the fact that my mom is still here makes me want to go harder. I'll be like, you know what, woman, I'm doing this for you. Somebody you're going to fight for. Then by then, you're going to strive better. You're going to always go for whatever thing that you want to go for. Say, don't listen. Listen. Go for it. Like you have every right and every talent and every power to keep going. Nobody's gonna stop you, and don't let nobody or anybody stop you. Even somebody that's close to your heart or close to you. What you think and what you believe is right for you will always be right for you and will always come true. So yeah.
So yeah, I also agree with what Pastor said. And on the side, keep in mind that not only sports have backup, sport like school, have backup knowing once you get injured or anything happens, you get like rejected, now backup on the side. Don't only like focus on sports because you don't know who next day. And yeah, make sure you take care of your mental health. Because there's a lot of people in Balong like when you go through social media, you see about it, like kids are committing suicide because of their mental health. So make sure your mental health is strong, backup, and yeah, don't listen to anyone. Just trust yourself. If you then go for it. Rather fail or then you'll do next day.
With me, it would be how difficult was it to have a girl that grew up Ekasi to come into an environment and all of a sudden there is a diet plan, there is a bio, there is a physio, there is all these professional setups. Because when one looks at a player, there is 10,000 people that are making sure that yes, you're bowling at 140, but you don't just wake up to bowl at 140. Someone told you what to eat, when to eat it, how to eat it. Someone told you what to work out on and all that. And for a person that is coming from Ekasi, they don't know all those things. They just know that, I want to wear Lions clothing, I want to play for Lions, or I want to play for South Africa. But how then did you guys manage to get into that space where, for someone that went to a model A school, someone went to science or whatever, they are used to that, they're used to gym. For you guys, surely you were not. How did you then manage to say, this is now the space that I'm in. You are a professional cricketer. And when the coach looks at you, they look at you the same way they look at Catherine. They look at the same way they look at Jonathan that went to a Group A school, whatever the case may be. How then did you manage to balance out, I'm coming from a nobody to, wow, all the spotlight. How did you manage that?
Okay, so growing up from like Dika since the Jalo, when you played Lemacho, like, oh, white people or white kids are here, the most privileged and stuff. I used to play Kisna di Spike, Kifa like Batu di Spike in Jalo, but then I got to Malahore and so increase. But still, I knew, you know what, every opportunity you get, make good use of it. So yeah, it's not about like make sure when every opportunity you get. That's when I got go Quincy. Quincy, make sure each game take maybe like weekends to make sure you have fun, because on gasser something also heavy fun then recognize them because like a bill. So make sure you have fun, every opportunity you get, make good use of it. Then that's when, like, it's not about chelete, because obviously people will be like, okay, Basta is a white kid, but and then now I'm from like a poor family. Like treat her like equally. Even though you know her circumstances go higher at this one, make sure yeah. It's not about her motho osona go higher gore ba jwang se jalo.
Okay, as for me, I would say, growing up, it wasn't easy. So I always remind myself of that. So as somebody who played cricket from a very young age and watching Mahua Kaofela like have all the privilege and gets whatever that they want, to me it was like, what do I do now? And then I sat down and thought of it. I spoke to my teammates. I was like, imagine if we are the best club team around Gauteng. Imagine. Where would that get us? Re tlo fihla yang, like re tlo fihla jwang ko pele. Then I was like, you know what? Let's play and fight as a team. Then whatever, also have it. So I was like, okay, sharp. They agreed to my plan, then we did it. And guess what? Majority of us from Soweto, we play for the Lions team now. It's like 8 of us, we play for the Lions, and then 6, they play for the Imagine Lions team. So I was like, you know what? Whatever that they have that we don't have, we're going to fight to have it. And every time I go to a game, we are owners. We black, but we owners. You guys might have done whatever that you did a long time ago, but now it's our time. And now nothing's going to stop us, or nobody's going to stop us. So that's how I went about my business. And yeah, at the end of the day, I got whatever that I wanted, because why? My talent. I showcased my talent. I worked hard each and every day. I woke up and I was like, you know what, coach? Extra session, I'm going to have it with you. Come on, 1 hour betting, 1 hour bowling, let's do this. And we did it, and now we're here. And now I look back and say, you know what, I'm from here, and now I am here. And I'm teaching everybody that just started playing cricket. I'm like, you know what, wherever that you are, even if it's okay, you get where you want to go. If you are working hard, if you are striving for more, then you'll get there. So that's how it is.
I love those words. Yeah, I love those words. I love those words because I think Lynn and I have been in a similar situation. So I get it. Maybe a few years further back, but it's a similar thing that for me is like, okay, when I walk on the field, we're the same. Okay, I don't have a GM diamond. Sure. I don't have a GM icon. I don't have 808 pads. I don't have whatever. But we're on the field now. Let's figure out. Let's check his technique. Let's see if you can handle my in-swinger. Let's see if you can duck the bumper. Because now we're on a level playing field now. Yes, fine. Ujile, the Rice Krispies, Kalibesi, whatever. Nakjile broto, actually, but fine. Now it's my time. So I love those words. I love what you guys are sharing, because those are key. They are very touching. So whoever's watching, that's what it's about. sometimes you have to step it up. Sometimes I think we're just because of our socioeconomics, that we have to do a bit more than others. If you're a person of color in general, you have to do a bit more. So don't forget that, but also realize that you belong in the space.
Yeah.
Because also for the longest time, I played in a lot of teams where I was the only person of color. And I had to reinforce myself that I belong in this space, even though people are asking me, what am I doing here? Some people ask me, no, Soweto's far away from, you know, it's like, I can really do Soweto. You know, it's all Limpopo, but no, someone say, no, Soweto's far from here. So kudos to you guys. Keep going. The sky is the limit. Now I'm, nationals. So now when I sit back and I'm in my retirement stuff now, I want to see nationals. I want to see you guys on TV. I want to see you guys pushing the old guys that's there, giving them a run for their money. And we will keep tracking your guys' development as time goes. As now we breathe cricket, club cricket and just above. That's what I live for. So, Hashirina and Sadi States come Monday. Who scored runs, who's taking wickets, what's going on? Then we're going to report back on this show. We're going to have a segment for club cricket on this show. So, from my side, that's pretty much it.
Before I let you guys go, you know what? It's easy for one to walk into a professional setup. But my question is, do you think that South African cricket is taking care of black girl cricketers as it is with white girl cricketers, in your own view? I know it's a controversial question, but at the end of the day, if we're taking a girl from Soweto that is supposed to play professional, and we're comparing to a girl that went to UCT or grew up in Cape Town where it's posh and everything is good, or they started wearing new spikes each and every season, or 3-4 spikes each and every season, compared to a girl that has never won anything new, you understand? But then if the girl that hasn't done anything or hasn't won new stuff is equally as good as the one that has had the resources, are they being paid or graded in the same way in your view? And if not, what are the strides that black cricketers are doing to try and get to be par with the white counterparts?
I'd say there's no difference. It's still the same as like back then. So white people are being treated as white people. Black people are being treated as black people. It's facts. Like, we can't hide from it. It's always there. It's in our faces. So, if I'm so talented the equal way as somebody else, they'll always choose a white person. And the reason why I say that is that my mom doesn't have money to pay the coach or whoever to play me. But definitely the white parents, they'll always take out something from their pockets to make sure that their children gets in the field, goes in and play. So as for us, it's difficult, and I would say somewhere, somehow, people treat white people better than black people. It's always like that. And if maybe we encounter challenges of a white person is not performing as well as a black person, they both not performing and they're doing the same skill. If they both batters and they're not performing, they'd rather bench Mutumuntu than Mutumu. And if you question that, they're going to say, Upelo complain. You get what I'm saying? You understand? So they'll tell you on a good day, Zvanbani will perform. Who? What about me? You know what? And as black people, we lack somebody who's gonna, like, you get what I'm saying? So you know what? Mamang on a good day can do this. But for a white person, because they're good in English and whatever, I mean, that's not our mother tongue. But
that's what you're batting at the field. Yeah, they're talking to the selectors, just running around, running propaganda. Ooh, my son. Ooh, my daughter. And sorry, our parents are at home, or bako msebeting, or bako society, or bako stock failing. But they're busy with, because generally on the weekend, society, for them now to leave ownership of the cricket, it's not in their setup. So you generally by yourself. Yeah, no, I that one resonates.
How does that make you feel when something like that? Because if you're going to be benched because on a bad day you won't perform, and yes, there's always that leeway. No, on a good day she'll get a fifer. How does that make you feel, and what steps have you taken we voice it? Because how only professional cricketer you just like what have you done, or what have you guys done so that when the next generation of cricketers, they won't face these problems because you guys have fought it or you have addressed it? So what have you done, and who feel like
No, this has happened. Like, so I wanted to quit playing cricket or look for another province in Lahore. It will give me a chance to showcase my talent. But and like most of the time, I came to Lahore because once Kabua, so I prefer to bottle things up. Then I get by Ponel. Because you with some more, I feel it's like a question of like, am I good enough? Like getting into the next person I like.
No, it's a tough one. I think what you guys are experiencing, I've walked that journey. I think quite a few of us have walked that journey. It's very hard because, as I said, you don't have backing. There's no uncle or brother or sister or someone who's watching you play and say, actually, you know what, Utwanale Stacy, Utwanale Catherine, actually, you're actually better than them. So when you're alone, there's no one to turn to, because the person whom you might think is got your back is your coach or the selector, but now they're going in another direction. Even though you can see, no man, today, no man. I'm the one today. Not today. It can't be. Or in night practice, I've been hitting the ball out the middle. What's going on? So we hope that narrative changes. We will try and change it. I think Linna Mokilindeng, I've been part of that, changing it now, because now I'm not going to play for any province or any country, but I can try and affect change in my ecosystem, which Kitlapeyaka. And I think that's where we need to go. So people who are administrating, people who are coaching, people who are selecting, we need to now find a way to improve the game and put things in balance, in equilibrium, because we're doing our people a disservice. If we forget why we're there, we're doing our people a disservice. Whether you are black, Indian, colored, whatever the case may be there to make sure that the game progresses. Not to look out for your own interests or your uncle's interest or your nephew's interests. Grow the game on a holistic level, because you're going to leave the game in shambles. Yeah. And then someone else has to fix it. Whether we could have been ahead already, then we wouldn't have to talk quota system per se. Yeah. But because we're running this thing correctly from the get-go. But I can talk about that forever. So I'll let that go. Ladies, it was great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
This was a fantastic episode. Really opened up a lot of avenues, a lot of knowledge from my side, because I said, Linna, I'm involved in cricket, but I almost don't get time to talk to the women at my club, because we play on the same days and we train on different days. So we touch base here and then, but it's we don't really get to talk. Talk cricket and talk how the game affects us. So I appreciate you guys coming down. This is going to be a great one. I have a feeling it's going to be a great one. Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, guys. And that wraps up the show. I think I can take Tats out the cupboard now. I'm sure you heard him talking somewhere. I just unzipped him for a bit, so now I can fully take him out. It's been a great one, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.